you. Hello, I'm Austin, and I'm in seventh grade going into eighth at Trevor Day. My main project was a gesture-controlled robot car. It is basically a robot car that is gesture-controlled. I chose this project because I'm a pretty big Star Wars fan, and when I saw this project, I couldn't help but think of the Force. So for me, choosing the project was not a question. The gesture-controlled car holds the accelerometer, which is the thing that senses your movement. It also holds two Arduino Unos. The Arduino tells all the other modules what to do, because the Arduino is what you can upload the code into. The gesture-controlled car also has two NRF modules. The NRF connects the car to the handpiece through radio frequency. The gesture-controlled car has a motor driver that controls the speed and the directions of the motors. The car also has motors, and I think everyone here knows what motors are, so I won't get into that. Now, if you put that all together, it should work like this. The accelerometer senses the movement of your hand, and then sends the information of the movement to the Arduino, which then sends the information to the NRF, which then sends the information to the other NRF, which then sends the information to the other Arduino, which then sends the information to the motor driver, which then, based on the information, it tells the motors to move the wheels. Now, here's a video demonstration of the car working. One second, let me share my screen. So when I put my hand forward, the car goes forward. And when I put it straight, the car stops. And when I put my hand backwards, the car goes backwards. But this battery pack that I'm holding kept on turning off, so it just kept on going. And so I turned it back on, and now it's going forward. And I tilt my hand right, and it will go right. And when I tilt my hand forward, the car is supposed to go forward. And when I tilt my hand left, the car is going to go left. So that's that. The most challenging part of my project for me was getting the NRFs to connect. When I first tried to connect the NRFs, instead of me having two Arduino Unos, I only had one. Instead of having a second one, I had an Arduino Nano. The Arduino Nano is basically just a smaller Arduino Uno. But when I tried to upload code into the Arduino Nano, the code kept on saying that there was an error. So we tried many different ways to upload the code, and nothing worked. So finally, we came to the conclusion that the Arduino Nano was broken. So I needed to get another Arduino, but instead of getting another Arduino Nano, I got another Arduino Uno. But I needed to wait for it to come, which was a big delay for my project. Once the Arduino Uno came, I could upload the code, and our NRFs finally worked, finally connected. The next thing, for a modification, the next thing I would want to add to my car is a laser. And whenever I'd press a button, which would be on my handpiece, then the laser would shoot out of the car, which is also kind of like Star Wars. And one of the most important things I'm taking away from Blue Stamp is learning how to engineer. I never engineered before. I didn't even know how to play with snap circuits. But now, after 3 weeks of Blue Stamp, I feel like I could make another robot by myself. Thank you for listening, and is there any questions? Maya?
You mentioned you had to like send a lot of things between stuff a lot. Did you have any problems with that?
Actually, surprisingly no. But I guess one of the problems would be the NRFs didn't connect, but was really just a problem with the Arduino Nano. So I guess kinda, but kinda not at the same time.
Do you have any plans in the future to expand this project?
Maybe I would make the car look prettier, because right now the car has a bunch of wires on it. It's not the prettiest. Any other questions?
What was your favorite part of the project? What did you enjoy the most?
By far, my favorite part of the project was just seeing the wheels move. That
Oh.
kind of just blew my mind because I never really engineered before. And when I saw the wheels move, I was like, "Holy crap!" I didn't know what was going on. Just kind of moved.